Hi everybody. Look, I want to show you something. Isn't that cool? That is really, really neat. I love that. That's cute. It's different, right? I mean, I'm not sure exactly what we can do with it, but if nothing else, just sit it on the desk and it would be a nice desk ornament. It has a use, right? You know, while we're sitting here and we're looking at it and admiring it, I bet you haven't caught on and I bet you haven't realized that this thing is imperfect. Do you see it? I mean, if you look real close now, do you see it? It's not perfect. Here it is right here. It's missing a foot. One of the feet are missing. It's imperfect. It makes me think about in 2 Samuel where Jonathan's son, this young man had royalty in his blood. He was the son of Jonathan and a whole bunch of events, and he was in a place called Lodabar. He still had royalty in his blood. He still had it in him, but he was in a place, hiding in a place called Lodabar. He was an imperfect. They say he was lame in both of his feet. The name Lodabar actually means without or no pastures. So here he is, the king the royalty in a place where there's no fruit. Yet he had fruit inside of him. And you know what? That makes me think about you and I sometimes, that we put ourselves in places and we sit ourselves in situation where even though there's something in us, God has something in us, we allow what others see or what others say or what's seen on the outside to limit us. We put ourselves in a place of, even though we have it in us, we position ourselves in a place of no fruit. We don't produce. We don't do what it is that God has called us to do because we look at the imperfections. We look at what we see in the mirror looking back at us. We look at whatever it is that we believe is limiting us, whether it's 2 lame feet or whether it's a lack of education or whether it's something that happened to us in our past or whether it's how we perceive that we look. Whatever it is, it limits us, and we place ourselves in a place called Lodabar, no pasture. But yet there's pasture. There's something on the inside of us that just won't let go. Well, I've come to do what David did today. You know, what David did was he sent somebody down there and he said, go get him and bring him back where he belongs. Today I want to encourage you. Stop looking at what you have determined or what somebody else has told you are your limitations, those things that have placed you in a place of no pasture, a place where you're not producing, even though there's life and there's fruit on the inside of you to produce. It's time for you to come out of Lodabar and come to a place of pasture. Get back at the table of the King. Sit where it is that you're supposed to sit and do what it is that you're supposed to do. I'm just here to encourage you today. And you know what? While I'm encouraging you, I'm encouraging myself that even though I may be imperfect, I have a place at the table of the King. And he has a plan and a purpose for my life. And he has one for you as well. So, no more living in Lodabar. No more hanging out with where you don't belong. You belong at the table of the King, listening to the King, being encouraged by the King, being empowered by the King, being strengthened by the King, being provided for by the King, being loved by the King. Lame foot and all. This is Sabrina with your Night Nugget. God loves you.